Hi there, my name is Stephanie Snyder and I am a health and fitness coach. And today I wanted to talk to you about 5 tips for a thankful Thanksgiving. Now, the point of Thanksgiving is certainly, um, dates back to the Pilgrims, etc. We all know that history story. But Thanksgiving is really the start of all of the holidays where people start to come together. You see family that you haven't seen all year. Your great aunt, your great uncle, all of the cousins. It's really a great time to reconnect with family. And so I want you to make sure that you are extra thankful this Thanksgiving. Um, and that you don't spend the entire day eating to gain 15 pounds. Because we want to, not have to start a New Year's resolution just because of Thanksgiving or Christmas. So here are my 5 tips for having a thankful Thanksgiving and one that you're not then having to run a marathon after just to work off all the calories you ate rather. So here's tip number 1. Eat breakfast. There's a lot of people, I know, my husband included, who don't eat anything until the meal is ready by like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's a problem for a couple of reasons. One, your body's basically starving at that point. And number 2, you're actually going to get full a lot faster if you have a completely empty stomach. So eat breakfast that morning, even if it's something light, a couple eggs, or a shake if you're a shake drinker. Definitely eat breakfast because that will actually help you throughout the rest of the day and you don't come to the Thanksgiving dinner hangry, as we say in my house. So tip number 2, drink water. Make sure you're drinking lots of water that day because that will help with digestion. Um, and it will also allow you to eat more because then you're not drinking your calories. You can actually eat them. So that's tip number 2 is to drink water. Tip number 3 is to graze. And by grazing, I mean generally at my house, I'll have a veggie tray or a fruit tray in the kitchen around 11, and I let my kids and my husband graze on it so that they're having a little snack before the meal's ready because we typically don't eat until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So graze. Those appetizers are there for a reason. Have a few appetizers. And then when the meal comes out, graze on the meal. You don't have to pile up your plate as full as you can get it to eat as much as you can possibly eat. Eat a little bit now, at 2 o'clock when the meal's ready, and then, at 4 or 5, have a turkey sandwich. Or go back for seconds or dessert at that time. But graze, have a couple of small meals prior to the big main dinner, and then don't stuff your face full, okay? Um, I know that we all enjoy Thanksgiving. We all enjoy the turkey and the potatoes and the gravy and all that fun stuff. Um, but you don't have to stuff yourself so full that you're actually loosening the belt on your pants. Okay, so then tip number 4 is to limit your carbs. Okay, carbs are the one food group that's really going to make you feel full and heavy and bloated. So if you really want to enjoy, the rest of your Thanksgiving with your family and friends, you're going to want to limit those carbs. That doesn't mean totally eliminate the dinner roll and the mashed potatoes. Eat them, but don't eat so much of them that, again, you gain the 15 pounds in one day. Have a reasonable serving size of them and really, enjoy the family company, okay? And then tip number 5 is to bring a doggy bag, okay? I don't know about you, but I generally will have Thanksgiving at my house, and I have no problem sending food home with people because we typically have so much of it left over. Um, so, don't come into the house necessarily carrying your Tupperware, but, throw it in the trunk of the car. And then that way, if the host says, hey, do you want to take any home? You'll say, great, I've got a container, let me go grab it. And that way you're not worrying about trying to balance stuff on a paper plate or getting the Tupperware back after Thanksgiving, that kind of thing. Or if you've got kids, throw the Tupperware in the diaper bag. Perfect. I knew there was a reason I had kids. So those are my 5 tips for a thankful Thanksgiving. Tip number 1 is to eat breakfast. Number 2, drink water. Number 3, to graze. Number 4 is to limit the carbs, because that's the food group that's really going to make you feel heavy. And then number 5 is to bring a doggy bag. I hope you found this video helpful, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you soon.